Just a reminder that this and all my other videos are made for doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey, and welcome back to my closet. Guys, it is finally time! I have found one. At last. It wasn't the one that I was planning on doing first, but how could I hold back when I got my hands on Cleo DeNile from Monster High G3? I cannot believe it. Okay, I wanted to do Draculaura first, and the only reason that I'm not is because my brother actually has Draculaura for me. He went to Macy's at my request and bought it for me as a birthday present, but I haven't had a chance to see him yet because he's in Jersey. So Cleo popped up on my Target alerts, and I decided to get her in the meantime because she was definitely next on my list for G3. I am so excited. So she was $24.99. I ordered her from Target and went to pick her up. First, my local Target was like, yeah, we got 4 in stock. So I was like, okay, order pickup. And 2 hours later, they're like, yes, sorry, actually, she's not in stock. So, we're canceling your order, bye. It's like, then why did you say they were in stock? Thankfully, the next closest Target did have them. So I was like, okay, if you do this to me again, Target, I'm not gonna trust your app anymore, but this time, they did have it. It was real and true, and here she is. Ugh, I cannot believe it. Let's look at the box. So, it is fully plastic on the front here. We get this bubble shell with the metallic Monster High logo on the side. It says Cleo DeNile, and you can see Draculaura and Frankie behind her. And there she is. Oh, the reason that I really like Cleo is there was a point where I was kind of into like all Egyptian stuff, and so I think that part of me from like middle school is still in there somewhere, seeing this Egyptian motif and being like, yeah, I remember those days. Like, I could still get down with that. I just love the blue and gold. It's so regal looking, and yeah, she's got so much like attitude in her face, so I really like that too. She's one of the feistier looking of the new dolls. And then there's all her accessories on the side here, and her dog, or Anubis, whatever it is. Didn't his name used to be Anubis in the original Monster High? Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. There's all her monster symbolism over here. We've got a mummy hand, a ring of some kind, and a bracelet, pyramid, obviously, mummy wrapped heart. It's cool. I like that they put all the different like representative things on each box. I've seen a couple of reviews so far, not a review of Cleo. I've watched one of Toralei, and actually I think that's it. I've watched one of Toralei so far. I'm gonna watch reviews of the dolls that I know I'm not getting, because I know that I want to be fresh on the ones that I am getting. I have already seen that each box here is different for the different monsters, and I think that's very nice. It adds a little something extra to the packaging. Her barcode, which, you know, these barcodes have been floating around, but just in case you need another reference. And then we have the back of the box where we see Cleo over here. Now, one thing I'm a little disappointed about is that the artwork of Cleo here shows her in these like pants, or maybe it's like a full body suit and like an off the shoulder shirt. I like this outfit. I wish that this was like, you know, a second outfit, or maybe on a future Cleo doll they'll do this, but I like the idea of the pants. It would have been nice if they had done that, and then like the mummy wrap sandal rather than the other shoes, but I'm not disappointed with the way that they actually did her in the end. I still like her. I'm so here for G3 of Monster High. And then we've got the other ghouls in the background and her little bio down here. So she is a fabulous royal mummy. Her monster must-have is sarcophagus. And a pyramid backpack, and then her pet is Tut. Monster High, Monster High. Let's open her. All right, guys, here is Cleo out of the box, my first G3 Monster High doll, and I love her. She's so cool. Now, I definitely have to fix her hair because she's got some box hair going on, but I love how shiny it is. I love these colors. blue is so like rich. Even though there's like lighter shades in here, the navy is the main shade and it's just so nice. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really have a lot of like blue haired dolls, so I think it's the combination of the blue and gold rather than just being blue that I really like. Let us look at her from top to bottom. Firstly, she has this headband on with this like wing. There's also painted details up here with the blue, and there's like an orange stripe here. Like I said, I used to be like really into Egypt and stuff when I was in middle school, so right now my Egypt knowledge and like that kind of thing, it's not very good. So I don't know what any of this stuff is supposed to represent as far as like Egyptian history, but if anyone would like to enlighten me on what any of these things might represent, I would be very grateful. And then we get to her face, which is a big reason that I really like Cleo. She's got these eyes that are blue and gold. Her makeup is so intense, and that I know for sure. Egyptian makeup is so intense with the kohl that they would put around their eyes and the little swirly patterns that they would put underneath. You can see one of those right here. The wing at the end is straight out and kind of square. It's just very much what you think of when you think of ancient Egypt, King Tut, all that good stuff. And I love this gold thing, this gold stripe on her lip. I don't know if that's supposed to represent a actual piece of jewelry or if it's just like a lipstick style. It doesn't look like it's a piece of jewelry in the artwork. I think it's just a stripe of her lipstick. I love that extra detail. And then her makeup, besides the heavy mascara and eyeliner, she does have blue and gold in her eyeshadow. There is a little bit of shimmer by the eyebrow. I love the face up. That is a huge reason why I wanted to get her. It's just so cool. She's even got blue and kind of yellow under the eye. The yellow isn't as prominent, but the blue you can see on the inner corners underneath the eye. Even though it's elaborate and bold and stuff, it's also very elegant, very royal. Then we go to her ears here. They're a little weird. They look too long. They look actually like you took the ear that was going up and down and kind of turned it to point backwards. There's really no reason for her to have super pointy ears because mummies, they were real people once. They don't have odd shaped ears, they just have normal human ears. It's a weird shape. It's just a weird shape and position to me. At least they're not as noticeable from the front. When you look at her from the front, her ear looks more normal. But in each ear, she has these gold triangle earrings, kind of like an abstract minimalist pyramid. Not that they're equilateral triangles. These are definitely right-angled triangles right here, if you remember your geometry. They do stick out quite a bit, and I think that's partially because of the ear shape. I wish they were a little bit flatter to her face. Otherwise, I'm not mad at them. And then, like I said, we go into the hair. I always wind up like talking about the hair when I first pull a doll out because that's one of the first things that I touch and feel is the hair, because that's one of my favorite aspects of any doll. And then I wind up talking about it again in the midst of the review. But yes, look at this hair. Oh. She does have tinsel, as you can see, and I believe that that is a carryover from G1 Cleo. I think most of her dolls had tinsel in the hair, just to add a little bit of extra gold. It's not amazing feeling. Like I'm worried about washing and brushing it because it's reminding me a lot of the tinsel that Margot from Pacific Coast had in her hair. And when I did wash it, it kind of became a disaster, and I don't want to get rid of it because I like tinsel in doll hair if it's that really nice quality hair grade tinsel that doesn't get messed up. I like the added dimension that it gives to a doll. Oh boy, I'm finding more of it in the middle. Well, fingers crossed that if I have to wash and brush out her hair, it doesn't get too messed up. At least she has straight hair, so I could just do like a boil wash, just because there's some kinks in it from the box, and this one part that was wrapped around her earring that's now like a frizzy, messy looking curl. But otherwise, I don't want to mess with the hair too much. But she does have really nice hair otherwise. I just love that dark blue that we have on the underneath, and then all of the lighter shades up top. There's this sky blue color, but there's kind of a teal in here as well. And she's just got it pulled back on one side with a single rubber band to give that asymmetrical look. And I do really like the way that it's styled. And it feels like Saran. I know that some people were saying that Claudine has poly in her hair, and you can almost kind of tell from the pictures because of the way that it's curled and the very light shade of brown that it is. Usually you can't tell in a picture whether it's poly or Saran, but for her it's really obvious. But feeling this definitely doesn't have that poly feel. It's definitely that smooth kind of hair. Then we go down to her outfit, and I do want to take off the jewelry just so we can get a better look at the dress. So first of all, she's got this necklace. It is gold for the main area, then we've got like the blue fringing. I think it's supposed to be topaz or something like that. We've got some darker blue gems here and a green one there. It's very much what I would think of a pharaoh wearing, or Cleopatra. I like the shape of it. I like the geometric aspects of it, which is also a very Egyptian thing to me. I feel like there's just a lot of like sharp lines, squares, triangles, so definitely an appropriate necklace for her. And it was on her really good. Even with the rubber band cut off, I had to pull a lot of force to get it off of her, so that's good. It means it won't just fall off. Then she has this belt, which has the Egyptian eye as a buckle with a little green gem, and we have a gold chain and a blue chain, and it's all just plastic, of course. And then we have this longer piece that hangs down. It does have a little closure at the back so that you can take it on and off of her, and just adds an extra layer to her outfit. Now, here is the dress itself. So we have this light blue as the base. It's kind of like a half and half. We've got the plain blue side here, and it's like a waterproof feeling material, which is an interesting choice to me. Not the usual kind of fabric that you might find on other Mattel products, but that is how I would describe the feel of it. And then on this side, it's got tons of patterns. Peacock feathers, we've got scarab beetles, other Egyptian symbolism, just going all the way up in little stripes. There is this gold ribbon that trims the collar and the bottom and separates the two panels of fabric, which is nice. And then we have the sleeves that look like mummy wraps, and of course that's just printed. And there are also these little foil diamonds that are supposed to kind of look like buttons, and I appreciate that they're not just printed on, especially because you wouldn't really be able to see them blending in with the pattern of the fabric, although they're kind of hard to see unless you're shining the light on them at certain angles, just because the pattern on this side is so busy on this dress. But it's better than them just being printed into the fabric, because remember, we're dealing with Mattel here, the kings of printing everything on. The extra details like this gold trim and the gold studs are appreciated. And even though these are printed on bandages, at least they went through the effort of having the sleeves with the bandage look. They could have just kept this as a sleeveless dress and then had the jacket and called it a day, but having the sleeves is an extra layer of that bandaging, because she does actually have some molded into her body as well, which we will have a look at right now. So on this arm, she has molded bandages. In a way, it kind of just looks like she had rubber bands too tightly wrapped around her in the packaging and it just left indentations. Either that or she's a really wrinkly old woman, which, you know, I mean, if she's from ancient Egypt and she's a mummy, she might actually be really wrinkly. I didn't say that. I don't need the curse of the mummy on me. At least they went through the effort of having a different mold that is specifically for Cleo, rather than just giving her a standard body and then having printed details on the clothing. Then we get down to her boots, and these are also supposed to be mummy wraps. They have texture all the way around, and it's kind of interesting. I'm just seeing this for the first time. Rather than having a full split up the back, it stops right at this gold band. I guess that kind of helps to get them on and off, but let's see. Is it easy to get? Oh. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, even though it wasn't split all the way up. But while we have this shoe off, we may as well look at her bottom left leg, because that is also molded with mummy wrapping all the way around the foot and the leg. What is this? Oh, that must be where the mold of the plastic came off. I have a little interesting extra bit on my Cleo, because that must be where the mold ends for this leg. Good thing it's on the bottom of the foot, so I don't have to see it, because it'll be in shoes anyway. But let's look at the shoes again. So besides the back slit, we've got the gold down the center. They have a blue stripe and then like a red toe. And that's kind of out of left field, having just like the red all of a sudden on the toes. So I'm not sure what they were going for there. There are little beaded details on the insides. The heels are little pharaoh staffs, which is pretty cute. Both of them are. And then the bottoms, we have peacock feathers again. That is Cleo. And now we get to look at the articulation. So she's got really good movement at her head. Now you know I'm gonna have to do this because I'm thinking of the bangles. She's got articulation at the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist, so that she can walk like an Egyptian. The upper chest, which I love, that all the new Monster High dolls have this. This is amazing. It gives more possibility for posing and personality. It's just a lovely extra detail that I did not expect. I figured that if anything, they would stick to the articulation that the original Monster High dolls had and leave it at that. But the fact that they gave the chest joint, when that's something that we don't get a lot outside of made-to-move Barbies, that is awesome. And then we have her hip and her knee. Very exciting. As far as how she feels in the hand, being that, you know, this is technically a new doll line, even though it's a reboot, she does have a very lightweight feel. Her legs feel pretty hollow, and I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I would say, you know, the original Monster High dolls also were pretty light because they just had very slight proportions. But overall, there is a quality feel difference between her and an original Monster High, and I don't have a whole lot of them. I guess I've touched enough of G1 Monster High dolls to kind of tell the difference. It's not bad though. I think for what Mattel has at their disposal right now in this period of time, this is one of their better products compared to, well, I mean, what else do we really have? Barbie. She's definitely above the level of the majority of Barbies, probably a little bit less from Barbie Extra, I would say, just because Barbie Extra uses a lot of varying materials and more stitched or, you know, added details like buttons and stuff, whereas this is a lot of printed on detail. But she does have a good amount of accessories as well, and her hair is not bad quality either. Her design is just gorgeous. I just love her colors. I love her face and her makeup. Just to give you guys an idea, coming from somebody who, again, not an OG Monster High collector, but collecting dolls in general and comparing to other Mattel products. But we're not done yet, because we have to look at her accessories that she comes with. So first of all, Cleo comes with this big pyramid backpack, and it does open at the top here, not very easily, but there's like a latch up here, and I don't know, I don't have any fingernails right now. I can get it open. Oh my god. And little kids are supposed to be able to get this open? Ah, it does open, I promised you. And there's actually a decent amount of room in there. I think you could fit at the very least her little phone and little compact, which we're going to look at closely later. But yeah, you could definitely get those in here. And close it. I'm not gonna close it all the way because then I won't get it open again. At the top here, we've got like a handle made of wings. We've got scarab beetles on the front in blue, and we've got gold straps. It also looks like it has mummy wrapping all around it, molded in. It doesn't look like a very comfortable backpack though, if one were to wear it, because it's very rigid. However, she can actually get it onto her back so that she can wear it to school. She also comes with these sunglasses. They're just square. I mean, there's like this little stripe here, like it's supposed to be wraps. This stripe here, and then the handles are also strappy looking. I don't know. I mean, personally, not really super excited about these. I would rather have seen a different kind of accessory. I'm not sure what, but something different. Something that went with her Egyptianness even more, because they're playing into it a lot with all the other stuff. So why does she need sunglasses? I guess because they all come with like some kind of glasses accessory. She also comes with her little cell phone, and it is super duper tiny, but you can see all of her little apps on the screen. And on the back, it looks like a sarcophagus, which is adorable, with a little dog face to go with her pet. Super cute. It's coffin shaped, of course. They're all coffin shaped, I think. They're just all molded based on the character. But I find it weird that they call it an eye coffin in the lore of Monster High. I feel like they could have come up with a better pun than just putting eye in front of coffin. Couldn't they just call it a coffone or something like that? Something a little bit more clever. That's just me being nitpicky. She also has this little green diamond shaped compact, which I'm going to attempt to open, and I'm gonna struggle like the backpack. Oh my god. So on the inside, it has, I guess, eyeshadow, but no mirror. It would have been nice if they put even like a little silver sticker there just to kind of look like a mirror. Then she has her drink, which is wrapped up like a mummy as well, with the little dog face on the top. Oh, this comes off. So she can drink it like this, just sipping out of it. There's a little Anubis molded into the plastic too, within the wraps. That's cool. That's a lot of detail. You could probably paint just that area to kind of bring that out more. Oh, and there's even eyes on here. There are very lightly painted eyes and the tip of the nose for the lid. And I guess this is kind of like a thermos itself, so maybe you pour the drink in here and then she can drink it like that. What is she washing down with her little thermos? Why, a wrap. Yes, it is a wrap with tomato and lettuce and, or is it a gyro? Oh, it kind of looks like a gyro. It's got the lettuce and tomato and there's like a little meat in there. That is super cute. And gyros are delicious. It's like a print of the meat or the details of the tomato and stuff. It's weird. It's very pixelated though. Very pixelated, but it's extra detailed, not just flat red, flat green, and flat brown. So I appreciate that at least. We also have her pet. This is Tut, and he has the traditional pharaoh thing that I don't know what this is called. He has a metallic sheen to him for his blue color. And really cute. I mean, I'm not really into pets for dolls, you know, all the Barbie extras that come with pets, like why? There's no point. But Monster High has always come with pets from the very beginning, so it makes sense that the pets would be back for the reboot as well, even if some of them are a little different. And when it comes to them, at least the pets fit better. They're just more interesting because they're not just dogs in donut floaties or whatever. Like all the Barbie extra ones are like these ridiculous pets that have nothing to do with the dolls themselves. At least these make sense and they're different, interesting creatures. Finally, we have her jacket, which came on this little cardboard Monster High hanger. It's just plain white on the back, but it was cute that they had it hung like this rather than tacked into the plastic. It did have all of those dumb ties on it that of course leave holes, although the holes I don't really see on this piece in particular. I just hate when they use that, and that's a big problem in like Barbie fashion packs too. I have tons of Barbie fashion pieces that have tiny holes from the plastic things, so if they could stop doing that, that would be great. But anyway, we have the jacket. It is tan with blue striping to represent the texture of mummy wraps. Oh, look, there's little like skulls and stuff on the back. I didn't notice that before. And then we have the ribbon fringes, which are supposed to be the wraps kind of hanging down, unraveling a little bit. We got one on the front. It does have a collar that is unfinished, but the pattern at least goes all the way around and the ends are all hemmed, you know, the edges of the jacket. It's just the collar that's unfinished. So I'm gonna put this on her and then we will have our final thoughts. Alright guys, so here is Cleo in her jacket. I also gave her the sunglasses and her phone and her little thermos. The jacket did kind of bunch up the sleeve on this side, and this is the side where the bandages are molded onto her arm, so I don't know if that has something to do with it that made it a little bit harder to get the jacket on without bunching up, but it makes it a little bit more difficult to bend her at the elbow, but it still works, and she does look pretty cool. I like the fringe effect. It gives a little bit more movement because they're ribbon, they're not stiff plastic like this thing. The glasses I can even almost get down with. Anyway, so that is Cleo. First Monster High G3 doll that I have gotten my hands on, and I still can't believe I finally had a chance to find one. I am so excited for what the rest of G3 has in store for us because so far I am pleased. This is a great start. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with her, but I am hoping that we're only gonna go up from here. So if this is the base of where we're starting, then we have so much exciting stuff in store. I can just feel it. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye. Or should I say, boo.